Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Hey, friends. Sorry about yesterday. I accidentally covered up the microphone on my phone, which is the camera I use to record these. So we all got a little break from my voice yesterday. Moving on to today, it is winter solstice. Happy holiday to everyone. It's technically the end of our solar cycle at this time. So beginnings and endings, that's where we're at right now. And hopefully we're getting a good ending and a fresh start on the new year with a bunch of planets in Capricorn, allowing us to plan and dedicate ourselves in a way that will help us to create value in our lives in the coming year. Okay, let's get into these aspects. Happy holiday, guys. Today is Wednesday, December 21, 2022. Happy winter solstice, everybody. Today, the sun crosses out of Sagittarius into Capricorn skies. Tonight will be the longest night of the year so far. It will be like this for the next 3 nights, and then, like magic, on the morning that follows the third night, the sun will rise just a minute earlier than it did the day before. It is because of this magic that we celebrate. Knowing we have made it to the darkest part of the year, we now realize we can get through it, with a little help from our friends and loved ones, of course. A friend of mine does a lovely Yule tradition with her spouse and their children. They set a big fire in the fireplace. On scraps of paper, they write out their wishes and hopes for the coming year, fold them over and seal them with wax. Then they throw them one at a time into the fire and watch them burn up. She says she's sometimes surprised at the way those wishes and hopes come about without her having given it any further energy. In any case, the winter solstice is a little bit like a new moon. It's a good idea to spend some time over the next few days to appreciate the stillness of the present moment. Around the 24th and the 25th, we'll be back in a good place to begin setting intentions for the next year, which is not to say that we have to go 100% all in on our New Year's resolutions as of January 1. It's okay to consider yourself being in the planning or warming up stages of these aspirations until it starts to get a little nicer outside. The waning crescent moon today is here in the land of Sagittarius. We're just a couple of days out from the new moon in Capricorn, so now is the time to be putting a ribbon on the great solstice purge of stuff and things, thoughts, attitudes, and dispositions that no longer serve a purpose in our lives, so that again, we can appreciate the present moment before beginning to set fresh intentions. Mutable fire across the board today. Here's hoping we can take some joy, some pleasure, and some inspiration as we move through this gifted moment of transition. Out with the old and in with the new. Today we take the current aspects as they arise, and we begin on the sun side of the page where we think about our sense of purpose in life and how we show up in the world outside our homes. This afternoon at 3:48. And that's Central Standard Time, friends. Sun makes ingress here to Capricorn. It joins 3 other planets there, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto. There they all are in Capricorn. So it's accurate to say that our lives are under a strong Capricorn influence for the next little bit. And what does Capricorn influence bring to our lives? Planning, direction, the desire to achieve the goals we set, and the certain knowledge that when we put in work, the finished product will have value for us. This evening at 6:50, Sun perfects a square to Jupiter right there, which you may recall, Jupiter just entered Aries yesterday, bringing about a shift in the way we go about seeking growth and liberation in our lives. Leo, Sagittarius, and Pisces signs are emphasized here as well, but this stuff applies to everyone. Jupiter has a very optimistic and, at this time, forward and action-oriented effect on the sun. In fact, they both find themselves at 0 degrees, right there on that cusp line of the sign they're in today. In other words, they're at the very beginning and both entering cardinal signs, which initiate. So we may feel eager to make a measurable start on something at this time. We have some big ideas that may have something to do with our work in the world or our civic and social lives. It's a great time to aim high, Just be careful not to overindulge or to offer more than you can bring to the table. And this brings us to the moon side of the page, where we think about how it feels to be us and who we are when we're at home among the people we keep close. Tonight at 7:48, moon is opposite here to Mars, Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. This can be a pretty selfish vibe. We may realize that our actions are pissing people off, and we may find that we don't care that much. Possibly we're feeling the frustration of the slower pace that Mars retrograde brings to our lives, in addition to a desire to do things our own way. If you don't think you can be good company this evening, it's okay to spend some time alone. Personally, I'd rather do that than create problems in my home and with my loved ones. Coming up tomorrow, Venus perfects a trine to Uranus, bringing in some unexpected but very welcome delight to our lives. And then on Friday, Chiron goes direct. It's retrograde right now. Chiron goes direct, and we can continue our journey of healing through self-awareness. And then the new moon in Capricorn this Friday represents the point of renewal in our creative cycle, where we begin to shift gears out of appreciating the present and the presence into planning for the future. And that's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you for tuning in. For the second half of this vlog, where we seek further insight from Tarot, please check out my other channel, Astrology Today and Tarot with Melrose. The link is probably in the description. I appreciate you all so much for being here. My love and gratitude go out to each and every one of you, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.